Are you ready for the eSports report? Yes, you are. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's a beautiful Wednesday. We are 2 days away from the MLG CoD League Playoffs live from PAX in Boston this week, and we're counting down the top 10 Slayers that'll be competing in the $15,000 Grand Finals to the CoD League. So far, we've counted off 8 names. We're down to our top 2. This player is on the same squad as Aches, the world champion from Complexity. He plays with so little emotion. It is incredible. He never smiles, whether he's winning or losing, but he's always coming out on top. Let's show it to you. It is Crim6 from Complexity. The Crimbot, Ian Porter, is the number 2 player overall with his kill-death ratio of 1.19. He's an absolute monster Slayer when it comes to respawn game modes, at number 3 overall with a 25.16, just behind Formal and one more at the very top of that list. Crim6 can do it all. In Search and Destroy, he has a 1.11, which is higher than our number 1 player on this list, but the only thing holding back is his amount of deaths in the respawn game modes. He's willing to jump on any grenade, jump on the objective when needed. You can see him in the top 15 for blitz captures at 3.08. And Dom captures, doesn't need to do nearly as much as that is TP's job on the squad. But Crim, such a well-rounded player, just like Aches. He comes in at our number 2 spot. Revan, what can you tell me about this guy?
I mean, Crim6, obviously, he can kill things. He's really good at killing things. But whenever I watch Crim play, the one thing that always sticks out to me is his game sense. He has a great sense around the map of when people are about to flank, where people are located around the map. And it's really impressive. It's something that I really only see in like StarCraft players, their star sense, the ability to know when something is about to happen. And every time I watch him play, it's just amazing the kind of things he could do.
A lot of people say he's a cyborg. He's too perfect with his accuracy. He doesn't care. If they're down 2 games, about to be eliminated in Game 3, he comes into it fresh at Game 3 and can just go off, turn the series around, take the momentum away from all of the top players, and I think that may be one of his greatest assets. Maybe he doesn't show it on his face, but he is a true competitor through and through, and he never gets down on his squad. When it comes to the events, though, what does Crim6 bring to this team? Is he a good communicator? Have you played with him in 8s? What does this guy kind of bring to the table? Why did Aches and TP go after him early on when they're building this Complexity lineup?
Well, you also have to realize he was a professional Halo player, so automatically his communication is great. Every time you listen to the Halo guys in their team chats, best communication you'll ever hear. So he's got that going for him. On top of that, before he went to Halo, he was a monster at Modern Warfare 2. So he knows how to play Call of Duty, and Modern Warfare 2, very comparable to Call of Duty Ghosts with the kill times. You kill very fast, the guns have very little recoil. So that's a pretty safe pick. Okay, this guy could shoot in MW2. He's going to be able to shoot in Call of Duty Ghosts. All he really had to learn again was the search and destroy meta. And when you have Aches and TP on your team, you're going to learn that pretty quickly. So Crim6, just like Formal, he's a jack of all trades. He could really do anything, put any gun in his hand, and he's going to outshoot you.
I think one of the best games we saw from Crim6 was his matchup against Optic Gaming at the Call of Duty Championships. They were down early on against Optic 2-1. They fought back, won Game 4, thanks in part to TP's huge performance on domination. But when it went to Game 5, when it would decide who would move on to the championship match, Crim6 turned it on and went 11-0. Now, I did some terrible codcasting in that one, always trying to tell the comeback story for Optic to get back in the game. I didn't catch nearly enough of Crim6 snipes, Remington kills, and grenade kills. He went off at 11-0. However, we did catch some great plays from him. It's coming from his matchup at the COD Champs, where he went up against Orbit in group play. Check out Crimbot going 25-14.
They're low on ammo, 5 bullets remaining. If he can go and get this cap, that would be huge, but he runs out, and he's going to have that M-Star in his pocket, and he gets dropped finally. But still, 10-5, 5-point lead for Complexity Benson. One has to wonder, Orbit might be losing that win underneath their sails, like we were saying about Complexity after that Search and Destroy game.
After writing them out in Search and Destroy, I think I've learned my lesson. Yeah. I think they can come back. I do. I really do.
It's still very possible.
It's going to take some good plays, though. And one of the big things is you can shut down Aches, right? 17 and 11. If you can shut him down, make him just stop that steamroll, because we know he's one of those players, when he gets hyped, he becomes one of the best in the world without a doubt. He's just so good. He can run around. He can just kill everything he runs into.
Yeah.
So he is a crucial player to try and eliminate his Crim. Is just basically going to have a
sails
free
right
ride.
in, and you got to be mindful of the lanes. And with that said, with Crim getting that cap and just being able to sneak around, look, Aches is going to be there too. He gets a cap. You have all these members of Orbit that are so focused on pushing up the complexity goal that they gave up the defense on their goal. And despite their best effort, it becomes a base race at that point. And when you have this lead that complexity has, they're going to come out on top. You know, I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Couldn't put it better myself, Golden Boy. Aches trying to cause even more problems for Orbit. TP just kind of chilling, doing some defensive work. That's what he needs to do. One more player from Orbit is going to be pushing. Oh, TP. That's what we like to see from you, my friend. 16 and 15, there's 2 caps as well. Good. Why would you say that?
Because you got to wear that.
I know I have to wear that. I intend to wear that when we come back.
So,
it's pretty epic, actually.
Looking here, Karma, he went 22 and 15, TP 22 and 17, Aches 24 and 17, and Crim6 24 and 14.
Fantastic performance from Colt. That's going to put them 2-1 in the series, back in their winning ways. Going over to Domination, I expect more of the same, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a very, very convincing Domination as well.
Okay, all right, so...
All right, after this weekend, I'm going to have to create a better highlight package for these guys. But as you saw, we had Crim6 lit up quite a bit throughout that video on your mini-map. After going through on that blitz, he had a great defensive kill on a player trying to come out of Bakery. He went on to score 8 captures in that game of blitz, and you can see it here. He's in the top 15 despite being a top 2 slayer in the game. KD ratio of 1.19, second only to one more player. Third best when it comes to respawn game modes with above 25 kills per game averaging, and Search and Destroy in the top 15 again. Crim6 is an absolute monster, a player to watch this weekend, but there's one guy ahead of him on our list, and it is a player from FaZe. Revan, let's talk about JCAP. This guy has been around for a while. He's teamed with Envy. He's teamed with Optic Gaming. Now he's playing with FaZe. He had a 1.22 KD overall in the league play. First above all other players. Every other player in the league was behind JCAP's 1.22, an absolute ridiculous KD. When it came to respawn game modes, he was averaging 23 kills a game. Search and Destroy, he had a 1.1 kill death ratio. His blitz caps and dom caps not nearly as high as some of the other players we saw on this list. But what I find most impressive is JCAP's ability to slay without dying. That is why he has the highest kill death ratio, and he is ahead of Crim6 on this leaderboard.
So back in the day, you know, in 2011, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2 as well, JCAP was the #1 player in those games as well. So it's really not that surprising to me to see JCAP back at #1. It's kind of like a blast from the past, and it's nice to see, you know, maybe he's got, you know, the passion back, he's got a fire under him, and, you know, clearly he's performing.
Now, he's playing with Proofy on this squad as well, which we should point out. So when it comes to a 10-minute game, a lot of people would think, well, both of these players would kind of struggle to put up stellar stats, but actually Proofy came in at number 8 in our lineup, and JCAP came in at number 1. What did these two bring to the table, and what are we going to see from them this weekend, knowing that you have 2 epic slayers, especially strong AR players on this team?
Well, I feel like, you know, Parasite said one time, and I quote, "You can't have JCAP and Proof on the same team." Well, I do think they could coexist, and I think the reason they could coexist is partly due to the playstyle of Classic and Replays. They're just so aggressive. They push up the lanes on the map, and then, you know, you could have Proof and JCAP kind of hold them. But I feel like what's been happening, and I said this while we were talking about Proofy, is that, well, the metagame has shifted. You know, a lot of teams are running more and more submachine guns around the map. They're running 3, if not 4 at a time. And JCAP, he's, you know, the best at holding a lane on the map. And that's why he doesn't die a lot. You know, you put him on Octane, you put him over near the broken Humvee. He's going to hold that for you, you know, 4 minutes, 30 seconds out of the 5-minute side.
Right.
So Preview's like, well, you're already doing that. I'm going to just bring out a submachine gun and see what I could do and, you know, just kind of take some pressure off of you.
So where do you rank JCAP amongst the other AR players in the league for that role, for kind of the post-up guy who needs to lock something down? I saw some incredible play from Swanee out there, but Swanee's over in the European League. How does JCAP rank against the guys here in the U.S.?
Well, let's look at who he's kind of competing with. You have Dito up there. I mean, just lane holder, assault rifle players. Maybe you could throw BL Fire up there. So I think JCAP, that #1 spot is deserved. He's, you know, if you look at the complexity guys, they don't really play that type of game. They're not really the ones to just kind of, all right, you just sit behind this head glitch and hold the lane. They're more the aggressive type. If you're looking at Optic, Embos used to play that type of role. Clayster could also play that type of role. So maybe JCAP versus Clay. But I think JCAP definitely top 2. Maybe Clayster could challenge him for that. You could also throw Ricky up there. But definitely top 2 for JCAP.
And Revan, the final question here on JCAP. What do you think is his strongest game mode? Is it a respawn game mode like Blitz? Is it Domination? Is it Search and Destroy?
I think as an old-time veteran, it's got to be Domination. JCAP's been playing since Call of Duty 4. He knows the game type. You know, he knows how to play Domination, knows how to rotate around the map, how to work when you're just holding 2 home flags, how to work when you just have the middle flag. So he brings a lot of veteran experience to his team, and he's kind of like the Domination guru.
Well, we showed a clip earlier when we were watching Proofy, and I want to show it again. JCAP has that clutch factor, and he showcased it in the game against SK. They needed this win in order to move into the double elimination bracket. JCAP and the 1-on-2 closes out the Epic series.
Got one player pushing, but SK definitely designated their resources towards that B bomb site. Kivy with the thermal. Rock's trying to figure out if he can find
Raiden's
Proof.
planting it now. All right, here we go, Raiden. Put that bomb down. He's a little late already.
Trophies on trophies on trophies. Stacks on stacks on stacks.
And one player is pushing from behind.
This is a really risky play from Kivy, actually. He's put himself wide out into the open there. He could have got picked off as he was jumping up. Meanwhile, Raiden, though, is just crawling.
And does he see that head to the bottom right? No, he's behind a bomb.
No, he's behind a, yeah, he's behind
So
a
Raiden
box.
gets that bomb down. JCAP trying to get in position behind enemy lines. Kivy takes out his teammate. Can JCAP answer back? That was Rocks picking off Proof. And there's JCAP, who's now going to make it a 2-on-2.
This is going to be close. JCAP pushing in towards that B side. Obviously has the support of replays. Raiden's gone down. Now it's down to Quickie in a 1 vs 2. Bulldog, but he's going to go down. And that was a must-win round for FaZe. And they've just managed to do it as well.
Can I mention that Replays got both of those up-close and personal kills with an LMG?
Because he's a god.
He's
That's why.
playing insane right now. He went massive
Backs
in
against
that
the wall.
domination.
That's what you expect. You expect people to step up, and Replays is just that kind of guy. Now, this is the key. SK, they're on the attacking side now. So if FaZe can hold the defensive side, they're going to have that 1 round advantage, which could be crucial in this Search and Destroy.
Absolutely want to win this round. Almost a must-win situation. Also, we should point out, kills are becoming very important here. Who is going to get the final defensive side? Ben, I'll let you do some math while we scroll through the players. We got Quickie holding down War Room control. No one's getting past him in that Bulldog. Rocks on the far right. Raiden taking his time way far back with that bomb, making sure no flankers came. Now they're going to make their move.
So it's 19 to 23 actually at this point. FaZe with 19, SK with 23. So as you said, for anyone that's saying why is Puckett saying kills become important, round 11, who has the defensive side is decided by kills. Most kills has that defensive side because defensive is seen as the more valuable position to be in, as Replays has already been taken down. So SK in the driving seat here.
A nade from Classic ties it up.
3-3.
Raiden still hasn't planted this bomb.
26 seconds left now. If I'm FaZe, I want to be starting to think about checking that bomb.
And a big kill in the back by JCAP. I had him highlighted on your mini-map. Now a 2-on-3 here for FaZe. Classic.
He needs to pick this up. He's
got
huge.
A Bulldog option, too. He's going to charge with this.
He has to challenge this. That's Kivy. That's not the player that he was looking for. There's 2 in there. He's going to not pick up 1. Kivy killed him. No idea how. JCAP has to play to the left, play to the right. He hasn't seen the play to the right. Pre-fires. Can he connect with that? No, he's going to go down. That's a 1 versus 1.
Proof.
Proof needs to get this kill. 22 seconds left. He has him weak. He's not going to challenge. 18 seconds. Proof picks up an MTAR. Kivy's still in the room. He's going to run. He's going to pick up the kill. Surely, yes. 13 seconds.
Can he get to
Can he get the defuse? Yes, he can. Proofy goes huge. That was the Proofy he needed to be in that situation. FaZe relying so heavily on Proofy.
Wow.
And he's picked it up. 5-4. FaZe, they are still alive, Puckett.
That was almost a huge choke from FaZe.
Almost.
Huge.
Almost, but it wasn't.
But Proofy?
It wasn't.
Sealing the deal, the challenge, the guts to push out that window.
You could see FaZe there. They know they can win this. They are getting seriously pumped up. Proof now 5 and 6. Called him out when he was on a donut. Since then, he has not died. It's exactly what I expected from him. Use the experience, use the energy, and really turn on that beast mode.
All right, so he's going to play this one very patiently. JCAP's got to win this down low, and he does. That's going to set the tone. They are now 3 kills away, 2 kills away from winning this match versus SK. Quickie and Kiwi need to go huge.
And you've got Classic with a player running straight towards him. He just needs to call that out. Doesn't need to charge. Turns the corner. Quickie is going to win that gunfight, though. And now, FaZe with just 2 players alive.
Kiwi getting tagged up as well. 2 on 2. Replays and JCAP left.
Oh,
Replays
JCAP by
goes down.
himself. He's by himself. It's a 1 versus 2. Play to the right-hand side, but he also has to play to the left. Gets the left. Cut JCAP by the second.
Yes, he
Connects
does.
with the second. JCAP just went huge.
And
Fantastic
look
stuff.
at Proofy getting up in JCAP's face saying, that's the teammate I know and love. These guys went all the way to the grand finals of last year's Call of Duty Championship. They are looking for a return visit. Their life and group play was on the line, and they stepped up huge.
I could watch that play over and over again. Checks left, does the full 360, and catches the second player to win the 1-on-2. FaZe went on to finish in the top 6 and secure some serious cash at the Call of Duty Championships. Now they have some time to earn some more money this weekend at the MLG CoD League Season 1 Playoffs. We talked about our top 10 players. Revan, this was according to CoD stats from overall KD ratios for the players attending the PAX event. I got to get your thoughts, though. If you could rank one Slayer, the top guy in the game to watch right now, who is it?
The number 1 player to watch in the game?
Slayer.
The number 1 Slayer to watch in the game? I think you got to give it to Crim6. He's proven himself time and time again in 2 different Call of Duty titles now that he's the player to watch. And I think if you ask most of the players right now who the number 1 player overall in the game right now is, it's going to be Crim6.
Wow, Crim6. You know, I can't argue against that. He was just behind JCAP on this list with a 1.19 KD. He showed what he can do at COD Champs with a ridiculous score there as well. We should wrap up the show by talking about everything that you might have missed at the start of the show. Here it is one more time. Revan and I will be casting this weekend from the PAX event in Boston. We're going to be there with Nadeshot and Clayster. They'll be joining us in the commentary booth. And I saw some questions on Reddit, people thinking that the All-Star game on Friday is only 2 teams. Well, you're right. There's Team 1 and Team 2, but there's more than 4 players. We're voting in the starters. Starters are able to play 3 games. Every other player only able to play 2 in our 7-game series. Let's take a look at the full lineups. Here is Team 1. This is the squad that Revan and I are managing. We are setting the lineups for these guys. You see Proofy, he came in at number 8 today from our Slayer list playing with his teammate Classic. TP and Crim6 will be representing Complexity, so we got the number 2 man and Crim from this list. Muddog and Parasite will be representing Curse Las Vegas. Sensor and Dido will be there. Dido and Goonjar also on our list today. Theory, Rambo, and Study close out Team 1. On the other side, we're going to see Team 2 managed by Clayster and Nadeshot. So it's going to be a little bit of caster rivalry here. Who can set the better lineups? Replays and JCAP from FaZe, Karma and Aches from Complexity, Miracles and Ricky from Las Vegas, Apathy and Saints from Strictly Business, Sharp and Formal from TK, Nameless and Merc from Envy. Once again, your starters, though, the people that you chose to be playing 3 games. For Team 1, it's TP and Crim, Study and Rambo. And on Team 2, it's going to be Aches and Karma, Nameless and Merc. So Complexity and Envy, obviously the most popular teams entering this event. They could also match up early in the bracket. Revan, let's take a look at the bracket one more time. Curse Las Vegas and Strictly Business playing in round 1. Who'd you call to come out of this one?
What was the matchup?
Strictly Business, Curse Las Vegas.
I think you got to give it to Strictly Business.
And then they match up against FaZe, who gets a bye in round 1. Who takes it there, Strictly Business or FaZe?
Depending on how SB are playing, a couple of variables there, but I think FaZe is going to take that matchup.
So you think FaZe advances to the winners final. Let's look at the other side. Team Caliber and Envy. Easy win here for Envy?
Not an easy win, but I think Envy will advance.
And then you see our graphics guy trolling us. He says Optic Gaming with the Complexity logo. Obviously, that's Complexity with the buy. Envy, TK. So if Envy gets by TK, they face off against Cole. Can Envy take down Complexity here?
I think they have the ability to take down Complexity. They're going to have to bring their A+ game. And also, you're going to have to talk to the Complexity guys, see where their mindset is about the event. Because you know they want to win, but you don't know how much effort they put into it. They just won $100,000, so they deserve some time off.
All right, and then that could potentially set up an Envy phase, winner final, or Complexity phase. And graphics guy, you've totally redeemed yourself. Fixing the graphic on the fly. That's what I like about you, Ron. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's show. We have one more thing to show you. It is the schedule card. Right after this show, Revan and I are going to be setting our rosters, but this is what you have to look forward to this week, and we're kicking off the event 10 a.m., bright and early, all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Call in sick Friday so you can watch the All-Star game. And don't worry, guys, if you missed it, don't worry. The event ends at 6 o'clock each day. We'll be rebroadcasting everything earlier in the day. So you can catch all of that once we're done. But we're kicking off with the All-Star game. 7 games. Revan and I squads versus Clayster and Nade Shots handpicked teams. Then we have Strictly Business, Curse Las Vegas, TK Envy on day 1. Day 2 kicks off with the winner's bracket round 2 matches, those semifinals in the winner's bracket. And day 3, Sunday, will be our final 3 matches, the winner's final, the loser's final, and the championships to see who will be crowned the Call of Duty League Season 1 champions. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the ESR today. Make sure you catch all of the action live. It'll be broadcast on MLG.TV, all of the Call of Duty games. Revan, who's your winner this weekend?
Optic Gaming.
Who's your winner this weekend?
I think I'm going to go with Envy. I think Envy are going to take it.
Revan's calling Envy. I'm going with the safest pick in the world right now. Complexity has been to the grand finals in their last 11 tournaments. I think it'll be 12, and I think this will be their double digits championships. They will take their 10th title here at PAX. Thank you guys for watching the ESR. No show tomorrow. We'll be traveling, but we'll be live bright and early, 10 a.m. on Friday.